Hello students, welcome you back in the next lecture of science. On the previous lecture we have started with revision, and as a part of revision I am discussing workbook exercises, that means workbook question answers. In the previous lectures we have completed discussion of question answers of chapter number 4 and some questions from chapter number 5. Now let us go further for in the chapter number 5. So let us go there. Question number 5 up to 4 we have discussed in the previous lecture. Write the properties of these substances. Some substances are provided to you and you have to write down their property. So always writing the when you are writing the property, you will write about its physical state and where it is used. Okay, and the properties of substances which we have studied. So you have to write the properties in that form. So first of all, water. So you know that water is in liquid form and it is used by every living organism. In solid state it turns into ice, and gaseous state it is a vapor. Boiling point and condensation point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. The melting point or the freezing point, one and the same, of the water is 0 degrees Celsius. Many substances can dissolve in water and therefore it is called as universal solvent. Next, glass. So immediately you can say that glass is a solid substance. Then glass is made up from silica or sand. It is melted to get the glass. Then the next property is glass is brittle. That means if we apply the pressure on it, it is going to turn into fine particles. Okay. Then third one, chalk. Again, chalk is a solid substance. You know that chalk is brittle. When the pressure is applied, we can get the fine particles. And one more property is chalk is insoluble in water. Okay. Next, iron ball. So to write down the properties of iron, iron is what? Metal. So write down iron is a solid metal. Then iron is having the property of malleability and ductility. So all the properties of metals we are going to write here. Then because of these two properties we can make sheets and wires from the iron. Then iron also has electrical conductivity and thermal conductivity. That means electricity and heat can be conducted through the iron, and therefore many machines are made up of iron. Iron also has sonority, means what? It gives out sound after heating. Next is sugar. So you can write about sugar that sugar is a solid and particular matter because we can see the crystals of sugar. Then sugar is soluble in water, and when it dissolves in water it forms a sugar solution. Next is salt. As you write for sugar, you can write for the salt also, that again salt is a particular solid chemical compound. It is soluble in water. You know that it is insoluble in kerosene. Its taste is salty, and when we add it to water we get a salt solution. Correct? Next, seventh one means flour, from which we make rotis or bhakris. So again flour is a particulate and solid matter, and it is obtained when the grains are ground finely. This is insoluble in water, but when we add water to it, we get a solid substance which is called as dough. You know that. Then next is coal. Coal is again a solid substance and it is inflammable. Therefore, it is used as fuel. Again, coal is brittle and hence if the pressure is applied, it can be crushed into fine particles. Okay, so all these similar properties you can write for a glass, you can write for coal, you can write for chalk. Chalk also, that it's brittle and when the pressure is applied, it is crushed into fine particles. Next, question number 6. What it is made from and why? First is a sickle to cut sugarcane. Sickle means it is a very big scissor type instrument. Okay, so this is used for cutting the sugar cane and therefore it is made up from iron or other strong metals. Okay, why metals only? Because hardness, malleability, ductility are the properties of the iron, and therefore it is used to make sickle because these properties are used ideal to make the sickle. and therefore for cutting the sugarcane we use sickle, which is a strong equipment. Second one, the sheets used for roofing. The sheets used for roofing houses are made from aluminium, because aluminium is a lightweight material and it's durable, it is rust free. Okay, so it can protect our house from rains and sun. Okay, you know that the sheets for roof are also made from asbestos, but they are not that durable. They can break easily. If some heavy thing falls on it, then it can break. Okay, so nowadays the sheets are made from aluminium. Next, screwdriver. You know the work of screwdriver. The screwdriver is made from good quality steel. Steel is a mixture of different metals. I told you that steel is an alloy and therefore steel is strong and it is used in joining the nuts and bolts, and thus the work done by the screwdriver becomes efficient when it is made up of steel. Okay. Next, a pair of tongs which we use in kitchen. Okay, so in older times the pair of tongs were made from iron, but nowadays they are made from stainless steel. Stainless steel, you know that it is rust free, it is durable, strong. So this is a kitchen equipment and it is made from the high quality metals. Next is electric cables. The main work of cables to conduct the electricity, and therefore the electric cables are made from copper and aluminum because these are the metals and they are very good conductor of electricity. So the cables are made from copper. 6, ornaments. You know that for ornaments what we use: silver, gold. Nowadays platinum also is used for the ornaments. Then why these only are used? Because they have shine, luster they have, and also they have the property of malleability and ductility. So we can take out wires and sheets from that, and from that we can make the ornaments. Now you know that nowadays diamonds also are used. Diamonds also are studied in the ornaments. Diamond is the hardest substance and it has a shine. Okay, as I have discussed, gold and silver have luster which makes the ornaments shine. Next, pots and pans. Pots and pans are made up from different metals like aluminium, stainless steel, brass. As I said, the steel and brass, they are alloys. They are mixtures of different metals. Okay, so mainly aluminium, stainless steel and brass is used for making pots and pans. Cooking becomes easier in them. Okay, since the metals have the property of thermal conductivity in the pots, here we can cook the food very easily. In case of stainless steel, no reaction takes place. Okay, therefore it becomes convenient to use such materials for making pots and pans. Next, answer the following questions in one sentence. First one, what did scientist J. Willard Gibbs show? So what he showed is the characteristic properties of a substance depend on its physical state and arrangement of particles in it. Second one, which unit is used to measure the body temperature? Here when I taught you, I told that temperature is measured in two units. First is degree Celsius and other is degree Fahrenheit. So to measure the body temperature, the unit of Fahrenheit is used. Okay. Next, what is sublimation? All of you know the answer of sublimation and you have to write down the substance they sublimate. So you know that sublimation means what? A solid substance, when it is heated, it gets converted directly to gaseous form before converting to liquid. Okay, it does not get converted to liquid. Directly it gets converted to vapor form. This is called as sublimation. And the substances are camphor, naphthalene balls, iodine crystals, ammonium chloride or Navsagar. All these substances, they show sublimation. Fourth one, how are metals obtained? You know that metals are obtained from the minerals deep inside the earth's crust. These minerals are removed and they are processed to obtain metals. Next, question number 5. Use your brain power. On opening a box of camphor, its smell spreads all around. Why does it happen? You have to write the reason for this. So you know, just now we have seen that camphor is a supplementing substance. So therefore, it changes from solid state to gaseous state, and thus the smell spreads all around the room as soon as the box is opened. Then question number 8. Why does this happen? Or also it is called as give reasons. First one, coconut oil thickens in winter. So you know that in winter the temperature of air is less. And at this temperature the freezing point of coconut oil is reached. And therefore it freezes and appears to be thickened. Next, kerosene left in an open dish disappears. So the kerosene, when it is kept in the open dish, it starts getting evaporated. Okay. The temperature of the surrounding hastens this process of evaporation, and after some time the kerosene completely evaporates and disappears. Okay. Next, the fragrance of incense sticks lighted in one corner of a room spreads to the other corner. Fragrance sticks means agarbatti, we call no agarbatti, so that they are called as fragrance sticks. So when they are lighted, they start emitting fragrant smoke. This smoke is in the form of gas and thus is spread everywhere. And with this smoke, the fragrance also reaches the entire room, and thus the fragrance reaches to the each and every corner of the room. Next, what do you see in the picture? In the workbook, one picture is shown to you and you have to describe that picture. So what we can see there is one air-filled balloon is put in the trough of water, and that balloon is floating. But apple sinks to the bottom. So why does this happen? Because apple is a solid substance and therefore its density is more, therefore apple sinks in the water. Opposite to that, balloon floats because it is filled with air. It is gaseous substance and it is having less density. So balloon floats in the water. Okay. So the floating in the water depends on the density of the substance. Next, Reich shorteners. First one, uses of changes in physical state. So different substances are heated and their physical states are changed to make new articles from them. The following are some examples. First one, candles are made from molten paraffin wax. Second, carbon dioxide gas is converted into solid form called dry ice, and it is used in ice cream preparation and to keep them further frozen state. Then third one, in animal husbandry practices to keep the blood cells and germ cells active. Okay. Liquid nitrogen is used. Nitrogen, which is a gas, is converted to liquid for this purpose. Okay. So it is used to preserve the blood cells and germ cells. The next, glass is made up from molten silica or sand. The sand is therefore subjected to heat for its preparation. So this is called as what? Use of change in state. Sand is heated and from that glass is obtained. Then the next use is ornaments are made by melting gold and silver. Also the tools and different equipments are made from molten iron. So there are certain uses given. You have to write down the answer according to the marks. If the question comes for 3 marks, you have to write 6 points. Okay, half mark for each point. So see, if question comes for 2 marks, you have to write 4 points. Okay, so accordingly you will write down the answer. Next, characteristic of substances. You know the characteristics: density, brittleness, hardness, elasticity, fluidity, solubility and transparency are the important characteristics of substances. Then you have to write down one line about this. What is meaning of density? That density is dependent on its mass. When the pressure is applied, it breaks into particles. It is called as brittleness. The substance offering resistance to the other material is called as hardness. Elasticity means to Return back to the original shape and size is called as elasticity. Fluidity means what? The ability to flow down the slope is called as fluidity. Solubility means the solid substances can dissolve. This is called as solubility. And transparency means we can see through certain substances like glass. It is called as transparency. So let's write down all the properties and write down the one sentence or definition of that particular property here. Then next, characteristics of metals. Then metals characteristics also you know: malleability, ductility, electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, shine or luster, and sonority. And then write down one sentence about this. Malleability means what? Metals can be converted to the sheets by hammering. This is called as malleability. Ductility means what? We can draw the metals into wires. This is called as ductility. Electrical conductivity means metals can conduct electricity. Thermal conductivity means metals can conduct heat. Then shine, you know that metals, they have shine or luster. And sonority means what? They can produce ringing sound. So these are the characteristics of metals. Let us go further. Open-ended questions. What will happen if and why? Okay, so these answers actually you should write by yourself. That what will happen if the nails are made up of plastic. Okay, so nails should be made up of metals because they have the property of hardness. But if plastic is used, you know that plastic is brittle substance and it cannot withstand hammering, and it cannot enter the material in which we try to pierce them. So nails made up of plastic cannot be used. Second, a bell is made up of wood. What is the use of bell? We produce ringing sound by using bell. So sonority is the property of metals. So ideally the bell should be made from metals. But if we make it from wood, then we does not get that characteristic of sonority. We cannot hear that ringing sound here. Third one, rubber is not fitted on the pair of tongs. You know that pair of tongs we use in kitchen, and they are made up of metals. So they have the property of thermal conductivity, and when we use them in kitchen, then they will become hot. And if they are not fitted with rubber, then it can cause the burn and it can hurt us. Next, a knife is made of wood. What is the work of knife? Knife we use to cut the vegetables or fruits, and it is having a sharp edge. So it is made up of metal. But wood if we use, okay, so wood is not a metal and it is not hard. So the work of knife cannot be done or cannot be performed by wooden knife. Okay, it cannot cut the objects due to lack of hardness. Next, an axe is made up of rubber. You know the work of axe. We use axe specially to cut the trees. And rubber is a substance which is having the property of elasticity. So the rubber axe will rebound when we heat it up on the object. The metal axe can perform the function well because metals are hard substance and we can use them to cut. Okay, so the rubber axe will not be able to function or will not be able to do this work. Okay, then question number 2, why are the electric boards fitted on the walls made up of plastic or wood? You know that the boards fitted on the wall, okay, if we touch them and if they are made up of the metals or any conducting materials, then we can get electric shock. But here plastic and wooden material, they don't have the property of electrical conductivity, or we can say that they are bad conductors of electricity, and therefore the electric boards are made up of plastic or wood. Next, the handle of pressure cooker is made up of plastic. The answer is similar to the which we have seen for the pair of tong. Okay, so pressure cooker is made from the mixed metals such as indium or aluminium. When it is on cooking fire, it becomes hot. If we lift it up in hurry, we may get burned. So to avoid this, the handle of the cooker is made up from plastic, because again, plastic is a bad conductor of heat, or it does not have the property of thermal conductivity. So we will not feel the heat of the cooker while lifting it up. Okay. So this way we have completed chapter number 5. Let us go towards chapter number 6. I am going little faster because time is less. Okay. So first one, fill in the blanks. Rubber made by vulcanization is dash material. What is the answer? Artificial and hard. I told you to write down two words because rubber is artificially made when the vulcanization is done here. Rubber is a natural material but it is vulcanized. So it's artificial and hard material. This process gives hardness to the rubber. So you should write both the words. Put the comma in between. Man-made materials are made by processing natural materials. Next, nylon thread was developed simultaneously in New York and London. You know that NY and LON, that gives us nylon. Rayon is also called as synthetic silk. Both kitchen utensils and electrical cables are made from aluminium. Next, glass can be made from dash and dash. So answer is what? Sand and calcium carbonate. You know that they are heated together to get glass. Next, the sap of rubber tree is called latex. Let us go further. Question number 2. What are we used for? Okay, so soil. You can write down the use of soil by yourself. The important use is that the soil is used for farming and agriculture. It is also used in construction. How in construction? Bricks and clay tiles are made from soils. Also pots, urns, clay stoves, etc. are made from soil. Second one is wood. So uses of wood also you can write by yourself. Furniture. To make the furniture is the main use of wood. Then doors and windows of houses are also made up from wood. Then in construction activities, therefore the wood is largely used. Wood also gives us fuel and many other decorative articles or other articles can be made from wood. Next is nylon, man-made material. Nylon threads, you know that they are very strong and durable. So hence they are used in making ropes, fishing nets and clothes. Paper. Paper is used for writing, making books, notebooks, registers, greeting cards, etc. Also paper is used to make tissue paper which is used for wiping, and the lots of paper is used as a packing material. Okay, the boxes are made up from paper only. Next is rubber. The main use of rubber, when we have learned the lesson, we have seen that it is used to make tires of the vehicles. Also, the other uses are erasers, rubber toys, balls, footwear, rubber bands, etc. are made from rubber. Next, find out how is lac obtained from nature. As I have said, find out means you have to find out it from the other sources like internet or other books. So how lac is obtained here? The lac is obtained from the lac insects. It's a secretory material from lac insect. Okay, so from the body of female lac insect, this resinous substance is given out as secretion, and when it comes in contact with air, it solidifies and thus it forms a lac. Then next is how are pearls obtained? So pearls are obtained from the shells of bivalve marine animals. If any foreign particle enters the body of this animal, a layer of protective substance called chancre is deposited around it, and this deposition of chancre forms the pearl. In the laboratories also, artificially also we can obtain the pearl. So in laboratory what happens is some bead is inserted in the body of the animal called pearl oyster, and this pearl oyster starts depositing the layer of chancre around the bead, and this way cultured pearls are obtained. Next, answer the following questions. Why did the need of man-made materials arise? Okay, so it is, you know that man is curious From the beginning only, he was curious about observing the nature. So man continuously strives for newer and newer things. He always wants to make his life more comfortable. Therefore, from the natural substances, he tried to make different usable artificial substances. And thus the materials formed, they are at the low cost, and we can get them in plentiful materials we can get, and they satisfy the need of the man. Okay, so this is the answer. Next, which are the natural materials obtained from plants and animals? So this you can write down. Plant origin materials: cotton, jute, hemp, teak wood, flowers, fruits, etc. And animal origin materials: leather, silk, lac, pearl, wool. So you can write down them as a list. Next, what is vulcanization? So vulcanization is done of rubber. So vulcanization is a chemical process, and in this process the rubber is heated with sulfur for 3 to 4 hours, and in this process rubber becomes hard. This is called as vulcanization of rubber. Next, which natural materials are used to obtain fibers? So just now we have seen the naturally obtained materials. So here you have to write about the threads, means fibers, from where we will get threads. So the answer is what? Cotton, jute, hemp, wool, silk, etc. So from these all natural materials we get fibers. Which natural substances were used in construction work previously, and which man-made substances are used these days? Means you have to write down the comparison. Okay. So previously only natural materials were used for construction work, and they are bamboo, stone, soil, wood, coconut fronds, lime, etc. But nowadays, what we use in modern construction, that is man-made materials like brick, cement, concrete, galvanized sheets, clay tiles, plastic sheets, and asbestos sheets. Okay, so this way the natural materials were replaced by man-made materials. Next, how is paper manufactured? Write in your own words. In the textbook nicely the answer is given. So for making the paper, the pine like coniferous trees are felled. Its bark is removed, means brown color part is removed, and the wood is broken into small pieces. Then it is mixed with a certain chemicals, and it is soaked for a long time, and thus a pulp is formed. And when the chemical process is completed, the fibers from the wood are separated. Then the dyes are then mixed in the pulp, and it is passed through rollers, and we get the paper, and then that paper is dried and it is wound on the reels. Next, question number 7. How are fibers of terylene manufactured? This is also given in textbook. Terylene fiber is manufactured from mineral oil. There are hydrocarbons in mineral oil. So polymer chains are made from these hydrocarbons. Solution of such polymers is passed through a strainer with fine holes. The long and unbroken threads of fibers are obtained after cooling. These threads are twisted to form a yarn of terylene. Okay, so it's a man-made material, it's artificial material. Next, question number 8. Classify. This is we have done while when I taught you the lesson. Okay, once again you can see here, you can classify these materials into 4 different categories. Materials used for construction, there we have sand, window glass, bamboo, bricks, cement and water. Materials used as food, here we have leafy vegetables, fruits, water and sugar. Materials used for making clothes, wool, silk and cotton. And materials used for cleanliness, the only one given here is soap. This way you can classify them. Then question number 5. Give scientific reasons. We must use cotton clothes in summer. So cotton clothes are the natural fibers, and in that the sweat is absorbed, and therefore the skin remains dry and chance of catching skin infection is less. If we use the synthetic fibers, we may feel uncomfortable. Therefore, we must use cotton clothes in summer because synthetic fibers, they don't absorb the sweat. Next, we must observe economy in the use of materials. All of you know that nature provide for our needs, not for our greeds. But what man has done, man has overused natural resources to satisfy his needs. He also made many new substances by changing a natural substances in an irreversible way. While making such substances, the properties of the constituents undergo a permanent change due to chemical reaction, and therefore we cannot obtain the natural sources again. We cannot get the natural substances again. Many times these substances are hazardous for the environment. For example, thermocol, plastic, you know that they do not decompose. So in order to save our natural resource, we must observe economy in use of them. The next last one is humus is a natural substance. We have studied what humus is. So humus is a material which is made by soil microbes. So there are soil microbes that bring about decomposition process in the soil. From the dead and decaying remaining remains of animals and plants, humus is formed. Okay, and this is a natural process, and therefore humus is also a natural material. Then the last are open-ended questions, where you have to make list of various substances from your houses. So I told you that you have to do by yourself. Okay. So this way we have completed the revision of chapter number 4, 5 and 6. As I have told, read the lessons that will help you better to write down the answers. Okay. So students, today we are stopping here. Stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself. Thank you students.